All right, good afternoon, YouTube. This is your Male George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, it's a new year. It's the second day of the new year, 2023. I tell you, it still feels like it's 2022. Old day change is just the numbers and the time. That's about it. It still feels the same. So anyway, we have here sitting on my right hand side, the right hand man, the hand of the emperor himself, Jen. So hello there, Jen. Happy New Year to you, brother.
Happy New Year to you too, George. Hopefully
Uh,
everything's going good.
it's going all right. It's going all right. We got, like I said, other night we got some things we got to talk about. We are gonna, as you know, it's been almost, I would say about, 2 weeks since the Olympia.
That's
Oops.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. The biggest events of bodybuilding. Now, if you have heard that, there's been some changes for Olympia qualification for next year. As you know, they also another change. The show is being moved to Orlando, Florida, back to Orlando, because I was talking to some people, some ladies who competed, some people who competed at the show, or we at the show too, that everybody got sick. There's a lot of people got sick in Vegas. They say because the weather in Vegas is kind of like you think you go that you're at the East Coast, the West Coast. The weather's a little bit warm like California like that, but the Nevada's a little bit somewhere midway. They do have cold weather every now and then, and the desert is very dry. Nevada's a landlocked state, not a lot of moisture. It's dry. Some people got sick. I know I talked to someone who had got full blown pneumonia, not C-19 or Corona. They had got pneumonia and the flu, and that's still running around. So I think there's some stuff that went around. They were said, because maybe what was one of those particular reasons for that. But my guess, they felt like that Orlando is a much better place for, especially people I know who have kids. Vegas is not a child. It's not a family friendly city. It's Sin City. You go out there, get poker, you get wild, you do things that you don't want anybody else to know. So next year they moved the whole Olympia back to Orlando. I think it's a good move for them. Orlando's a little closer than I live. If I stack my chips up right, I might try to go to Olympia. Maybe not this year, maybe somewhere down the road. So anyway, also there's been some new rules. As you know, last year they changed the qualification for the Olympia for all the divisions for men's open. I think 212. That was top five qualifications I talked about before. Now it's no longer by the point system. As you know, they used to have point system. So the top three who get the most points qualify for the Olympia. Now that point system is gone. So that means that all qualify for a show, you have to win. Now that counts to now for that's all everybody else. But it's again all the other divisions is top three qualification. That means that the people who are already qualified to Olympia, that's Andrea, Angela, and Helly, and the rest have to win shows. So that means a lot of ladies who might take second place and thinking, okay, I got some points, so I can go on. It's no, we're not doing it anymore. So you have to genuinely win the show, or if you're lucky, like Irene Anderson, you might get a special invite. But it's just I don't know. What do you think about that?
Um, it's going to make it a lot harder for people to get to the Olympia stage now without the point system. I don't know. Maybe that's why they're doing it to make it more exclusive. Um, I don't know what it. Yeah, it just seems like this might be like reducing the ranks, so to speak.
Yeah, I think that's how I think I feel like it sounds like it's trying to be more exclusive. But then I got to think about women's bodybuilding don't have many shows, don't have many stages. I looked at the list; it hasn't been too much revised. We're still missing, I believe. I think I'm not sure the show in Brazil is going to be coming up next year because that this year. I mean this year, and we're still waiting on the two Linda Murray shows at Savannah and Atlanta. And there was one point there was going to be a show in Texas. I saw it before, but then that show was pulled. It was going to be part of the Texas Pro, and then they pulled it for some. I think either the sponsors backed out or somebody. But I keep talking about this. I know, as last week we have a special guest, my good friend Sean. He mentioned that it'll take too much to sponsor a women's bodybuilding show. If if like I said, I know there's some small others in deep pockets. 3 or 4 you can get together. You can scrounge up at least about, I would most would say a good $10,000. Yeah, and that's the prize money for the competitors. That's what the sponsors are paying for. But to get the promoters, they're giving the money to the promoters to pay for the prize money. And you can put together, like one thing, you don't have to do another show. You can, you know, you know, um, approach another show like it's St. Louis, there's Pittsburgh, there's also the Omaha used to have women's bodybuilding because there's such a only two competitors. They dropped it, but if you come to the game, often the promoters, often the money, they'll put it back on. It's a money thing with this. So if someone out there, like I said, if a bunch of you guys who are fans of bodybuilding, you want to see more shows, more opportunities for women to get to the Olympia, approach some promoters, offer the money. Hey, you can wipe off your taxes. Call it charity. Charitable thing. Yeah, yeah. If you got a good tax lawyer, he knows how to bend the rules. But like I said, let's try to, if we can, in this year, let's try to see if we can get more stage opportunities for women in bodybuilding. And just like I said, let's try to help them get to Olympia. I know one lady, my dear friend T. Williams, she missed it by a point 1 year, and then this year she wanted to do a show but didn't do that show, and and I think if she done that show, I think she would qualify for Olympia last year. But that's it's just. But like I said, if you out there, I keep saying, if you out there, if you're somebody who has the means and the ways, if you have deep pockets, you may. I know there's some wealthy smos out there. If you can push and maybe, hey, all you got to push somebody like Linda Murray. I know Linda Murray has do bodybuilding shows, but maybe get her another show. Kind of like let her be like the female bodybuilding advocate version of Arnold. How Arnold has all his shows, Linda should have a few more shows. And also, again, there's other shows. Like I say, there's St. Louis, there's Pittsburgh, the Texas Pro, also Omaha. Those shows that don't have women's bodybuilding, all you gotta do is talk to the promoter, cough up the money, and pay for everybody to have a place at that show. Like what happened at the Indy, like our dear friend Jenna Beverly did. She helped push for the Indy to have women's bodybuilding last year, and as you know, the Indy's gone, so that show we lost. But a great show for first year qualification, but we lost it. So I just tough break. But we got here a man, Raheem that's come through. Raheem, his next support brother coming through. It's not about sponsorship. It's about ticket sales. How many people are attending these shows? If sponsors see people in numbers attending the shows, they would put money in it and return on a profit. Okay, yeah, thank you. But still, most people don't go to the shows much anymore. You can watch a pay per view. You know, and if the pay per views do pretty good, that's the thing is. But still, you can still write off on your taxes. You can take it as a loss. Yeah, I know some guys who do smoke stuff. They spend more than that doing sessions and stuff like that. Hey, what's like maybe a couple of guys can put together maybe $3,000. I mean $4,000, $5,000. But I understand what Raheem's saying. Much respect to your brother. I know you want to get your money back, but at the same time, you should try to get a push for women's bodybuilding. Really try to get a push for it. I know sometimes just doing something just to do it right thing, especially since the ladies have few stages to have to share, and it's just really just they want to still be competitive. And for a long time they've been pushed, the division been pushed out, but it's still surviving. Especially look at a division like physique, it's still surviving. So my man Jared made a suggestion the other time we got here, and as you know, it was just been a couple weeks since the Olympia, and he suggested about we do the amateurs. And things the amateurs, like I said, it's like with amateurs, it's a lot of competitors, but we want to try to condense it the best way we can, because the thing with the amateurs, I've been following some amateurs here and there, but like I said, it's a lot of bodies there. More competitors in NPC than is in IFBB, because even you break down the divisions, there's still a lot more. And these people who have been working hard and you try to get their pro cards, as this year Amateur Olympia, they brought in women's bodybuilding, which is fair. It's kind of funny. Like you have all the other like the nationals, even Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic has amateurs for women's bodybuilding. They brought that back in. because the fact is that division is trying to bounce back, and I think it's more opportunity for some competitors who feel like, you know what, it's harder for them. Some ladies would do their double dip. They'll compete in women's physique and women's figure, and then if they feel like they got a division that works for them, especially with their body types, if much larger women, much more muscular women, they find something that fits for them. That's perfect for them. And I remember I told some couple ladies about it. They were so excited. Some wanted to do it, but they wasn't ready for the prep yet, and they just things happening like that. But anyway, we're going to talk about the amateur Olympia, and it is, like I said, it's great that they got, the but female bodybuilding has a stage at the Olympia again, like they did with the pros, and this time for the amateurs. Now there was a lot of ladies at the show. You know, some were competing in both women's bodybuilding and women's physique. Some even competed in figure. And some from some faces I'm not too familiar with. Here he is backstage right here. The ladies getting prepped. You know, a lot of this is like I think it's a mixture of ladies who compete in both physique and women's bodybuilding, and also figure try to earn their pro card. Some impressive ladies. And like I said, many of them I don't know. Like I said, it's like I say with a lot of the amateurs, there's so many of them, you just can't just pinpoint. But so certain ones that kind of stand out. That chick was almost like Rashada Boswell. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, yeah. They get sprayed. They get a little spray stuff because they're getting that oil sheen on them to make the muscle pop. You know, like I said, some of these ladies are much more mature. You've seen a generation of women of mature years coming in, and also we had ladies competing in the other divisions, such as, oh yeah, figure here. I think these ladies are figure. Also, can see the clearly high heels, bikini, other divisions. They get pumped up. You know, that's what they do. Like behind the stage, they want to get that last pump because it makes them more look vascular.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I remember back in the day, used to be a company. If you ever heard of it, USA Muscles. Those
Yeah.
productions that were
Yeah. Yeah. Good
yeah, and
videos.
yeah, they usually did a lot of the pump move videos where they look behind the scenes, look at the women, and you know record it, set it out. So guys, hey, sometimes it's better than watching the contest. Yeah. So, oh, right here, I told her click the wrong thing, did I? Now, right here, this is one of the competitors here. I forget her name. I'm like maybe I was gonna pull up the list from the show. Give me a second, because like I said, there's a lot of ladies. I'm gonna see. Give me a second. You talk about and put on the list, brother.
Sure thing. Sure thing. Yeah, she's got good abdominals. I think she's got good size proportionally. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. I think she's pretty good to get like up into the professional ranks, honestly. I like the pink bikini too. I always find that really nice as well. The colors really match too. Yeah, I don't know the name off the top of my head too because I don't got the list on me as well.
Well,
Um,
I'm right now. Pull up the list from the NPC. It should be under worldwide. Um, you said worldwide. Olympia, Olympia worldwide. I believe that's what the contest is called. Um, it's a worldwide. See, it should be. But there's got the. Okay, it's the worldwide amateur Olympia in Las Vegas, and it has, like I said, women's. Like I say, it's. I believe she is a women's bodybuilder.
yes.
So let's see. There's a lot of lists on here. I believe her name is, if I'm correct, I think it's Nina up up from Apple. I'm sorry, I mispronounced the name. Now she's competing heavyweight, and and I don't believe she got her pro card. I think they call her Nina Beans. Yeah, that's who they call her, because I know some ladies who follow her, and I started following her a while back. I even reached out for her for maybe a possible interview somewhere down the road. and I believe she took second in the women's
Heavyweight.
heavyweight. Yeah, heavyweight, because she's really thick. And
Yeah.
yeah. We got a man here, KL the Wanderer, nice chocolate woman there. Yeah, she is nice chocolate. You know. Also, he says I've seen her on Instagram. Yeah, and yeah. Nina Beans on Instagram. Yeah, shout out to you. Also, we got here from man Raheem. For bodybuilders to find and need a face to go on media tour to draw new people into bodybuilding shows. That person needs to have character and know how to sell the sport to new people. I think the perfect person, if you're going to use anybody, has to be Andrea Shaw. Or I'm trying to think of somebody with some great personality. I'm trying to think. Uh, I'm trying to think. It's there's quite a few ladies who I follow on social media. Maybe Mela Ash or Chelsea Dion. Chelsea
Yeah.
Dion. I think if the one person who name I do not speak, if she didn't mess up, I think she'd be another person they would you like to use. They need to face a bodybuilder to have careers and sell the sport like Arnold Schwarzenegger did back in the '70s. Yeah, we need kind of like I won't say a female Arnold. We need a woman who has the charisma like Arnold that stands out, and I think that probably do, especially if you get the mainstream like sports like ESPN and stuff like that. One thing Jake Woods he needs to maybe push some of his ambassadors to step up a little bit more. Especially I think like I said, Andrew Shaw probably be good, but I think Andrea or Chelsea Dion, one of those two. I think Chelsea she has a great personality. She does a lot of things. A lot she's on social media quite often. She has a YouTube channel. I follow you on YouTube. Now that's Nina Beans and she took second, so that means she can qualify for a pro card. So she can always shoot for another show next year, maybe try nationals. Uh,
Yeah.
I hear this is Teresa, I believe, Regadio, Regadio. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing the name. I've been in contact with her on social media. I'm hoping eventually do have her come on for an interview. She's a mom of 5 kids, plus she has one foster kid. She's so take y'all together. She's a mother of 6. She's been competing for quite a while, and I mean, this is great. She competed in women's, I believe it was middleweight. She was middleweight, and she won her division, but she took, I believe, second or third in overall. So congratulations to her. Um, you know, uh, just amazing lady. Very very spiritual woman. A friend of her passed away a while back, and I want to say my blessings and my condolences to her. He was a friend, a trainer. And it's hard when you lose somebody that close to you. Okay, we have here this lady here. I let me see if I can find her picture. I will get her name. She looks like she might be. There was one woman that was a lightweight. She had no competition, but because of that, she didn't qualify to go in the overall. I don't know. I was trying to see if I could. Is that the same lady or not? Let me look at the set of pictures, the list. Uh, I think it might not be her. Let's see. Wait, no, no, it's not her. I think this lady is either the lady that was lightweight or she competed in middleweight, and she is much mature. I think she probably even double dipped because she might have done women's physique too. Maybe see. Let's see. There was the one lady who did lightweight. They don't have pictures on. We had the master's class that might be, I believe, uh, Christina Drexel. Drexel, I believe it might be her. No, it's not her. That's another lady I'm looking at. Like I said, she's much mature. This is the thing about the amateurs is that it's hard, if you don't know who they are, it can be difficult. But
Yeah.
she is. Like I said, we're not we really know who she is, but like I said, by the looks of her, she is much mature. I think her conditioning, well, not as great. I think she might need to come in. One thing is the midsection, not a lot of, you only saw definition in the midsection area.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
figure physique, honestly.
Yeah, she like I said, I think she's bodybuilding because she's doing the clinch pose, or that might be just her, or she could be figure. She might be physique. It's one of the two, but I don't think she's physique because she's too. She might compete in physique and women's bodybuilding and probably try to earn a pro card. But like I said, I'm sorry, lady, ma'am, I don't know your name. We'll move on to the next person. This is another This is a very attractive young lady. I think very impressive. Um, I believe she did women's physique by the look of her. She's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
she's
arms, hands give
yeah, but the
away.
hands, yeah. But she might have double dip. She might have double dipped. She might have did. She was pretty impressive. Very attractive. I think if she did it on a pro card, I think she'd probably do better in maybe wellness or figure. I think wellness would be good for her because I saw some pictures of the wellness girls. Some of those wellness girls are just as buff as some of the figure physique and women's bodybuilding. Because women's supposed to be more like closer to bikini, but some of those women have guns. Now the bikini girls don't have that much muscle and definition compared to the other divisions, but those wellness girls come close. I think if I like I said, I should have looked up the picture stuff before I got on here, you know. But it's like I said with that amateur show, so many people, so many bodies going back and forth, back and forth. She looks pretty impressive. I think she might do well when she gets a pro card. Then we have here new IFB Pro, Marilyn Yee. I did an interview with Marilyn this summer, and Marilyn, as you know, she get nationals. She takes second. Then and she came here, did the Olympia, and finally got a pro card. And I think she did women's physique and women's bodybuilder because you don't want to take a chance and missing out on qualification. You can get away one
Yeah,
with the other. And Maryland is impressive. I mean, she really bounced back from nationals. I mean, she did after nationals. She did a photo shoot with a man, Glenn Young Senior, when you were in Orlando, and also did an interview with Glenn, talked to Glenn. But she looks really impressive. Her good definition, the quads, her abdominals, midsection look great. She looks really impressive.
yeah. No real complaints at all, especially abdominals, yeah, quads areas. Yeah, I don't really see any complaints with her at all, and I did see the interview as well. And also, she also has a Patreon as well. In case anybody wants to know that as well.
So if you want to go support Maryland, maybe like I said, she's been grinding for a long time. I think she might. I most definitely feel like she might compete this year. I most
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. I think she don't want to wait. Sit and wait. We have another lady here. This lady, I believe, I saw her a while ago. I think I think she needs some more time to stew a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is I believe she's a heavyweight. This is Tina, I think Brenner. I believe I saw the pictures while I'm looking through the other pictures, and yeah, I think she needs some time to stew some before, I it's just it's just her physique is just it's like she has the size, but she has to really work with a definition and
yeah,
conditioning. I mean, she really has to build on that. I think she did a couple of shows this year. I believe she also was at the the Miss International. I think she competed as a heavyweight, and this is also she also did the Master Show too here at the Olympia. But yeah, she has some really lot of work she needs to do. A lot of work. Now again, this is Nina Beans. And Nina Beans looked pretty impressive.
yeah,
Good. I think you can tell also that she the stretch marks that she has. I know if follow on social media, she has kids, and that's noticeable. And that's the hard thing about that is you can't. It's almost next to impossible to get stretch marks, especially if you have a lot of kids. She also
yeah,
was overweight in the past. But she looks great. I think maybe if she just a slight improvement in the conditioning, not too many,
yeah,
not too much, just slight. Like I said, the one thing about the stretch marks, you can't get rid of them. Uh, that's not what you can do. Is I've seen quite a few female bodybuilders who have stretch marks, who do pretty well, who have won shows, and get qualified as pros, or you qualify for the Olympia. But like I said, she still looks impressive. This is Ursula Morrow. And Ursula Morrow, she is trained by Tracy S. Rugged. Now, Tracy is, she trained people like I've become interviews with. I've done an interview with Karen Griffin, who is trained by Tracy, Yetta Mae Hensel, and also my good friend Smiley, Yetta Abdul. And she's also one of Tracy's clients, and she's massive. They call her Juicy.
Yeah.
I believe they call her Juicy, and she's massive. I mean, I think she did heavyweight. I think she took maybe third in the class. It's just she if she can get, like I said, it's again the issue is conditioning, and she's also a woman who has kids. She's a grandmother, and the thing is always the issue with
Wow.
is conditioning. So if she can come
Yeah.
in better conditioning, come in tighter, maybe she can probably do a show like these. There's the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. They're having you know
Women's
you know
bodybuilding.
yeah. So that's a show that possibly can get her qualification, and also still she can. There's a national show she can do that might get her some qualification. It's all like I said. She has the size, but she just gotta bring a conditioning with just a little bit of conditioning, a little better. But like I said, Tracy, she does pretty good with some of these ladies. Just she like I said, she has a good way to go, but it won't take her long. She probably should get there. It's all about timing. This is a lady who I got upcoming. I have an interview with her tomorrow, and this is one Miss Lada. Her last name is tough to say. It's she's from Czech Republic. She's been competing for 26 years. Just got a pro
Wow.
card, 26 years, and she was originally, she was with ladies that she both did. She did when last time she competed at the Olympia. She was doing both women's physique and figure, and now she you know now she's doing good. Now she got a pro card, and also she works. She lives in Vegas. She works as a dealer, and we got an interview coming tomorrow about the same time we usually do, about the same time about 3 o'clock. So we talk about her plans, because she's been grinding for a long time, been since 96, 97. My man Raheem Hamilton, Maryland is fire. Maybe Maryland be a good a representative. I don't know. When he
Yeah.
talks sometimes, I don't know. I don't know. Maryland would be a good, but yeah, I talk about it. Salute and all the way George Pants coming through, especially that like. Thank you, Marcus Bell, my brother. And here's a lovely another chocolate sister. Hello, happy New Year to everyone here. Appreciate you,
Yo.
Tigress. Tigress is in the building. Tiger by the tail. And Lada, like I said, been competing for a long time. She's much more mature because she did light heavyweight, and she might would do good at masters or also women's physique.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah. And also just to point out too that she's from the Czech Republic. Now the Czech Republic, despite being a pretty small country, um, for some reason it seems to disproportionately have a very large amount of female bodybuilders, and it seems to be one thing consistently I've seen over the years.
hmm
Like if you study the sport long enough and you know it, um, like there's just been like a lot of Czech female bodybuilders, even with the one that died in 2021. I can't remember her name off the
Alina,
top of my head.
Alina, Alina Havani.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, because if you, top of my head, there's Linka Fernikova. There's Magita Zemolova. There's Ivana Donikova. She just did an interview. Danikova. She did an interview with a man KLA. KLA knows what he's talking about. Also, there's a couple of more, but I can't remember. But yeah, it's always a good amount of women from that part of the country. Eastern Europe. They always put out some good female bodybuilders. You can't forget countries like Romania, Germany. Uh, I think you have Branka from Croatia. It's just I think
Yeah,
maybe out. Yeah. So maybe it's about the countries and the environment. Maybe we pull out some good women of muscle, like the bodybuilder physique or whatever division. Okay, so Mata, I think with her, I see her if she just goes over, she'll do good in women's physique. Maybe try to do one good when bodybuilding. I'm not worried about it. She's kind of bit on the small side. No offense to her, but I think women's physique would probably be a better division for her. And she has competed for bodybuilding for long back in the past when bodybuilding was still growing and popular. But I think physique would do well for her because with the girls and bodybuilders, they're a lot larger. She can probably maybe do women's do masters where she can probably
Yeah.
go back between physique and bodybuilding. But like I said, she's very impressive. But she put in the years, and congratulations. And that same week she got her pro card. The same week she officially became an American citizen. Because she lived here for at least over 10 years. I think that's the guideline. If you live here 10 years or more, it won't take you long. Especially if you keep trying to get your citizenship. Eventually you'll get it. Congratulations, welcome to America and welcome to the IFAB. Now I think I get me one more person here. And this lady, whoa. What? Oh, oh, I think she competed in middleweight, I believe. Let me check the list. Oh, no offense, like I said, but oh, wow. I mean, phew. I don't sound like I'm being a bad guy here, but she should have skipped the show. I mean, she looks like she could be in her 60s. I mean, and
Yeah, she definitely has to compete in like masters or something like that. I mean, it's not the worst physique in the world, but yeah, it's certainly not, women's bodybuilding conditioning physique at all.
yeah, I think there's a quite a late because I said this year for women's bodybuilding, I think a lot of ladies jumped on because this is the opportunity to get a pro card. She looked like she's one that did. I think she competed in masters. I'm trying to find her name. I think this might be it. What I'm pulling up right now. If I see her face, yes, her name is Sherry Mooring. That's who she is, Sherry Mooring. I believe she's like I said. I don't know much about her. I might put a search in on her and see if she competed in many more shows. I think she's been competing since 2020. So that's when she started competing, and she's done quite a few other shows. I'm looking at the here. She's done the Collegiate and Masters National Championship. That's the Gary Udit NPC show that's connected to the Pittsburgh show, where it's a Masters show where Masters this year. I talked to some people, they have the Masters Olympia, but Masters is still not considered Olympic qualification. But this is something I want to talk about real quick for as you talk about is now that like I said this is my thoughts. Now that there are so few shows for female bodybuilders, and they do have the masters. What should happen is if you still have some master shows like Gary UHT has like 2 or 3 as master shows. Is with master shows they have classes by age, not by like weight like you do in the amateurs. It's age, and she might need to that what might we should do like this. They should do like this. We do in the amateurs. Each woman who wins their class, who wins the class, because usually sometimes you have women who might do the same class 2 or 3 times. You get classes from 30, 35, 34, 45, 45 plus 50 up to 55. Whatever women are left over who wins each class. If it's like we might have one woman win 2 classes and one win one, one win two. They should go down
Right.
and compete for qualification, and they should have a choice. Say, should I qualify for the main Olympia or should I qualify for the Masters Olympia? Give them that chance to open so they have because they are competitors. They want to go to Olympia, and they know it's gonna be
Yeah.
hard for them to go compete against the much younger, more conditioned competitors. So she have a fair foot. My lady dear here, she might be competing for her own enjoyment and not to necessarily become a pro. I understand that. Tisha, I know some people do enjoyment, but hey, that's a lot of enjoyment you got. You got to put in a lot of money, time, conditioning, training. Wherever some people they don't do it for enjoy, they do it because they want to get that pro card. But I know some ladies who got the pro card, they're happy to get the pro card, they don't compete anymore. They just get that pro card. They had that pro card that tells that certifies that they're competing. I just lost my partner. He has disappeared. I think he might be some issues. He'll pop back up later. He'll let me know. We got here a man, Lar. Yar. Hi, George, and everyone. Happy New Year. Yo, hey, Lar. Because Lar, he lives, I think, in Canada. So, I think Happy New Year to you, brother. I mean, or you had like for your Christmas, you had Box Day or something like that. It's kind of you have that. It's kind of like Box Day or something. It's like day for Christmas, something like that. But thank you, brother, for coming through. Now, right now, our partner's not here right now. He'll probably pop back up when he gets the opportunity. Something must have happened. But I'm gonna keep on talking. I'm gonna look at some pictures here, over here at the. I got it at the Wing Strength, because they're the ones that really, it's, Jake and them. They really support women's bodybuilding. And we're gonna look at some more ladies here. And one lady particularly here, she earned her pro card in women's physique, and she was pretty impressive. And I think she can probably, depending, when she does make her pro debut, she can go maybe either way. I'm gonna pull up her. Like I said, I know her name. I saw her name, and excuse me, because I was looking through the list from the NPC News Online, and she is the what is it? Let's see. It's her name is Zeke, because she earned a qualification. Margarita Abdullah, and she's IFB Pro. She competed in Class A, and here in women's physique, there's only two women that earned the qualification uh as women's physique. Unlike women's bodybuilding, like, I think last time it was two. Last time, I remember, I believe, last year, one lady who did an interview with KLA, she earned a qualification last year. So, but she was pretty impressive. The next lady after this, I think that's Paige Sadgren. Now, Paige competed at the Nationals. Pretty impressive lady. She double dipped before. She did women's bodybuilding and women's open. But I think she's doing physique. Now, she was trained in posing by Sheila Black. And Paige is pretty impressive. I'm surprised that she didn't, get her pro card here. She did nationals, but sometimes it's about the luck of the draw. I think she placed. Let's see. I think she was in what class she was in. I think she was in. Let me see. I'm looking at class. She was in Class C, and and she took second in Class C. So she didn't earn her pro card. She missed the overall. So and I think she might pop back up next year. But my man said it should always be about competition. You have to be the best of the best. Yeah, I believe in that too. You just no one. You got to think about this. No one's just diets for almost 3 or 4 months. Pay so much money for posing suits and just to do for the joy of it. I understand that part of the outside of it, but still, you want to win and become a pro. That's what's like I said. If you're gonna do that, you might as well just I don't know. But no offense to anybody who does that. That's a choice. Respectfully. Okay, respect that. But like I said, hey, everybody. There's plenty of people who want to become a pro and who make a lot of sacrifices to become a pro. And I think they get the pleasure of winning, but they just don't want to just okay. But Paige looks pretty impressive. I think she'll probably get a pro card eventually. Like I said, she's still young, up and coming. She's got to maybe make the adjustments and she'll get there. This lady here, let me see if I can find her name up real quick. She looks pretty impressive. I think she probably double dipped. I believe I think this is if I get the name right, I think this is Becky Short. And Becky Short, I think she was double dipping. She was doing both women's bodybuilding and women's physique. Was it? It's not Becky Short. I think it's yeah, I think it is Becky Short. Because if I got the name wrong, I know it's. Let me see. I got a Colleen Short, and I think this is I believe this is Becky. Let me see. I think this lady was double dipping. Let me check. I think she was in women's bodybuilding too. Let's see. I saw the name. She looks familiar. No, it's not Colleen Short. That's You know, I think I know. Like I said, that's the thing about the amateurs. They just don't stick out as well, so you wouldn't know her name. But I think this lady was double dipping in both women's bodybuilding and women's physique. We have here this lady. Look, this is a impressive young lady. Um, like I said, she looks like she in good condition. Um, Maybe I could see her switching over to either figure or maybe wellness. If she can, she's very attractive looking. If she can, like I said, bring in her conditioning, she might be a better division for her. Physique, she probably can cross over to physique. Once she get a pro card, but I don't think she got a pro card at the show. She's not one of the ladies that got a pro card. I think she was whichever class she was in. Should have restudied this thing because this lady here is a much mature lady. She's one of the ladies I saw in the video. Let me see. Let me find her name up. Let me pull her name up. 'Cause like I said, this is the thing about the physique division, about really about the whole show. So many women, so many bodies. She was competing with physique. She looks like she was doing probably mature. The masters. Let's see. Uh, if that's her name, it might be it. No, no, it's not it. Let me give me a second. Let me see. Find a name. Well, like I said, I don't follow the amateurs as much as I should, especially as I do content on bodybuilding. I should. I believe this might be it. If I'm wrong, I am wrong, but I think it might be it. Yes, Yolanda Hernandez. That's who she is, and she was competing both in the. I think she's competing. I think C or D class, or B. I think C or B class, but also she was competing in masters. So yeah, so I see. Yeah, she was competing in. Yeah, she was competing A class, and so yeah, she looks like I said, much more mature lady. I think she was also doing maybe dipping into figure a little bit. It's all depending. This lady here, a lot skinny, a lot more, good definition. She's also, I think she was doing masters too. There's another lady. This lady is don't know her name per se. Very tatted. One thing I think I'm not a big fan of tattoos. It could be it takes away too much from the physique. And I know ID judges can look around it. This lady, she looks very attractive. I think she's probably also was double dipping, doing women's physique and women's bodybuilding. She has that tattoo in the shoulders, your tricep, not too much covered. It looks very impressive. You know, this lady here, wow, believe, I believe once I saw her face while I was looking through I just forgot her name, but she has very uh, large accoutrements, and it does, it can be, it could, what sometimes it does kind of take away some from the physique, but she does have a great look to her. I think she might be double dipping, doing women's physique and women's, and doing figure. And let's see, we got a few more. We have Lada again. So Lada didn't want to miss out on opportunity. I think she was competing in class B or C, and and like I said, you don't want to miss the opportunity to get your pro card. If you can't get it in one division, try it in another. So but yeah, it was like I said, a lot of bodies. Like I said, I'm not gonna get too much into other divisions. Like I said, some of these are very impressive. I think this is a showdown between the ladies who are going to earn their pro card. You can see from the details of the muscle. You know, these two ladies here are kind of tall. I think they will probably most definitely. I believe these two ladies here would probably do a figure also because they have the shoulders much wider. They have those good delts. This lady here on the left, she has a very longer torso compared to the lady on the right. So they probably would double dip it. A lot of ladies they do double dip, so they can kind of span their opportunity to get their pro status. But like I said, a lot of ladies, a lot of bodies. My man Jared, he has not returned. Some must be really important, or either his Wi-Fi something went out. But like I said, I'm gonna spend too much long on the whole amateur thing because, like I said, the thing about the amateurs is that so many new people, so many new faces. Even though I've done interviews with amateurs, it's hard to focus on it. That's why I don't do as much content as amateurs as I do as the pros. The pros really stand out, even though there are a good amount of pros. It's not as many as amateurs they are out there. Some of the ladies look very impressive. Some of them I think might do better in other divisions. I see particularly some women maybe going to physique, some of you going to figure. You look at some of the figure competitors now. They're not too far from them. I mean, like I'm gonna put up a pictures of still I'm still out here on the Win Strength uh channel here. Um, we look at some. We got some pictures. We got some videos. You got like to look at them. Here. Some more back scene videos to watch if you are interested. I know you guys, you're fans. So we go see here. We have here ladies getting ready. I think these are ladies that are competing in bikini. You know, because bikini girls, even though they have good conditioning, not as much muscle mass compared to figure and physique and bodybuilding, even compared to wellness. I believe also we have wellness too. There's one lady here with the stretch. Some ladies are much more mature. Great. Good. I mean, I'm not doing too much content on bikini, but I know you guys are a fan. You know, some guys out there are fans. Also, I'm gonna go through here. Here we got a. Um, this is also some pictures from backstage. I think we have women who are doing figure and bikini. Like I say, you can now you start. It's like some ways, some of these divisions are starting to melt each other. Here, one lady, she's kind of holding her top. I think it's the one lady I saw a while ago. I think she was doing physique also. This is a lovely little lady, big smile on her face. You know, getting pumped, getting changed, and that chick, she looks familiar. Who is she? The sister with the dreads, the colored dreads. I mean, she looks familiar. I think she's an IFB competitor, or she's an NPC competitor. Mostly hired NPC competitors to do the oral stuff. But ain't gonna think too long on these guys. Look at their boobs. See some more videos. That's I think this is Christina Drexel, and she was competing in women's physique. She can get a pro card, but I think she also did women's figure too. They only call women's figure. She looks pretty impressive. I think she's much mature. You can see, her leaner. Good definition. It's my man. Laura. I met Paige at the Olympia with her friend Eva, the Supergirl. She's nice. Glad she competed at amateurs. Did she place first? You said no. I think she took second in class B or C. I believe she took second in one of those classes. Because when in physique they don't have um, weight classes. They have you class by numbers. And I believe I'm looking at it real quick, and I think Paige took. Let's see. I know I saw it. Let's see. I believe Paige took. I just saw it. She took second in class C, Alar. She took second in class C. So that wouldn't get her. She couldn't. If she took second in class C, she couldn't make the overall. So you have to win the overall to get to the next level. Oh, we got another video here. Some more. This is some more bikini girls. They're like bikini girls. uh, you know, kind of, yeah. Very impressive. I mean, maybe some wellness girls too. You can't barely tell nowadays. I feel a chick right there in the blue look like she might be wellness. This is she's kissing, roll a kiss, some waves. Even they got to get a little pump because even though their division is not much about muscle, it's about look and presentation. And, just getting and about boobies. I guess mine's good kiss. good in definition. She's really cute. She's tall. We got some women probably maybe next year we might see get their pro cards. Maybe the right show, maybe nationals, maybe USA's, all depending. Yeah, here we got a picture of Marilyn Yee, and this is a video of Marilyn. And Marilyn looks, I mean, she looks really good. I mean, she looked a lot better than she did at nationals. I mean, great definition. My man, Sean was here. He really mentioned the words like good quad sweeps. She's moving here, the back. Look at her delts. Her glutes. I mean, it was just barely, I think, a week since I think the nationals was the 1st of January. It's the 1st of December, so it's barely a week or two since she did the Olympia amateurs. But she looked, pretty impressive. Yeah, here we have. I think this is a video. It's just this is another lady up here at the show. I think it looks like this might be. Yeah, I think this is Nina Beans. Very impressive. She just. I think the thing is, Nina can bring her conditioning a little better. And that's all it is, just conditioning. She has a good amount of size. You just got to bring in the conditioning. Her back looks pretty good. I mean, just I think that's all it is just bringing in the conditioning. If she brings that conditioning, I most definitely I think Nina's going to get a pro card eventually. So I think there were some very impressive women at the show, and I think some ladies. I hope they do get their pro cards. It's about time. It's about the work you got to put in. Yeah. I mean, Laura said yes. Right. Thanks. Yeah. Appreciate you, brother. And because you want to know where Paige placed it. I think she actually took second in Class C. But Paige is one of those ladies. She double dips also. I'm surprised she didn't do women's bodybuilding. I think she could have done. If she was Class C, there was one lady who was only one woman who competed lightweight. If she competed in lightweight, she probably could have got it. She probably could have came up into the overall, and she probably would have got her pro card. I don't know. Maybe she's too big for lightweight. She might have to compete in middleweight or maybe light heavy. She's a big girl, but also the cost of doing because they're gonna charge you. As when you compete at these amateur shows, they charge you. It's not free. You have to pay out of your pocket out of those. But it's expense. But like I said, we're gonna be on here too much longer. Like I said, my partner, he popped out. I don't know what happened. He usually sends me a message or something. Like if something happens, like send it to me in private, but it must be something must have came up, and he'll let me know later. But folks, the amateur show looked pretty good. We have some new pros for 2023. Some might compete next year. Some might compete 2 or 3 years down the road. I've known some ladies who sat out for a long time, decided that they wanted to really maybe bring the size and maybe bring better conditioning once you hit the big time. But I know some ladies, like especially I think Marilyn and I think more definitely Lotta, they've been competing and grinding in the NPC for a good while. Especially Lotta doing 26 years. She don't wants to wait. Neither Marilyn or Lotta, I don't think they're gonna wait. I think I'm gonna ask Lotta that we have an interview tomorrow. I don't think they want to wait. They want to hit the ground running. Some of the other ladies who have turned pro in other divisions, they might hit the ground running, or they might just say, you know what, let me work on a few things. Like I said, I want to shoot my shot. I want to be in the best condition. I know some ladies who got their pro cards, and then, just that's just no more than me 3 or 4 months after getting pro card, they do their first pro show. And then, like good example, Rachel Daniels. Rachel Daniels, she got a pro card, I think was St. Louis. St. Louis? She got a pro card. And then, what's I say? I don't know. She won nationals. Then she got a pro card. No, she won a regional show. Then got a pro card at nationals. Was it nationals or was it USA? It was one of the two. And then she did the New York, which got her qualified for the Olympia. That was back in 2020. I remember Hunter Henderson, who competed at the amateur show in Omaha. She did USA national USA's, and then got a pro card and made a pro debut at Tampa. But then she decided to take a step back. What I remember, I said Hunter Henderson. What she should have did was, because she has medical issues. That's what one thing that got slowed down. She should have maybe took a step back, take the year, and maybe work out a few things. But she did pretty good. After turning pro, boom, taking second at Tampa, and I thought she would have been, maybe do another show, or even I thought she could be a wing strength ambassador. Okay, I think she probably would have been a good wing strength ambassador. Maybe like say, Raheem, maybe if you get Hunter Henson to do a lot of, because she's young, she's kind of but I don't know about her charisma. I think I don't know, maybe, but that's the person. But I think the good person to represent bodybuilding to maybe promote it would be Andrew Shaw. Andrew has a great personality. I think she'll be good. It's gonna be like, or maybe like I said, Chelsea Dion, one or two. I think Andrew and Chelsea will probably be good, both of them. If you can get them on these mainstream news shows, do some interviews like some ESPN, Fox News. Try to if maybe if they can push to get them on there, maybe try to there's a company called, it's a free TV network called Stadium, and Stadium comes on free TV. Maybe start there. So still people still watch free TV. I watch free TV. Sometimes hey, now everybody can afford cable, and some people don't have Wi-Fi to do streaming. So still people watch free TV. So let's start there at the ground, and these free TV. Start from the ground up and build up. But folks, like I said, I don't want to be on too much longer. I want to give a shout out to the ladies who earned their pro cards. Congratulations. We hope to see you either not this year or maybe next year or sometime down the road. Because like I said, you don't want to wait too long if you want to, make your pro debut. I know sometimes life gets a hold on you. Things happen, especially when you're women. The most definitely things that happen with women is like, you got a boyfriend, you got a husband. One day something happened. He tickled the pickle, ticked you with the pickle, and then next you know, hey, you're bearing, you're carrying a child. But that's something that can some kind of hurt women a little bit. And I mean, they say my man KLA, my man, it should be winners of the Olympia that need to make the media tours. Yes, most definitely. I would say most definitely Andrea, and he's also saying about the winners, Mr. and Mrs. Olympia. The thing is that Heidi is Iranian, and he doesn't speak too good English. That's the problem. Now, if they had Big Ramy, still there as Mr. Olympia, Big Ramy, he speaks good enough English, and they could have done the tours together. But Heidi, he doesn't speak English, so that's the thing is plus he's Iranian, and Iran's not very popular in America. Now, Big Ramy, he's Egyptian, he can get away with it, but I don't know if you get maybe one of the guys like Brandon Ray or Nick Walker, Hunter Labrada. That's the son of Lee Labrada. Those guys probably, and Andrew Shaw, Chelsea Dion, Angela Yao, maybe even Hella. If they can get them to do that, that'd be good. Wait a minute, he's also saying, why put championships on a guy who can't speak English? Because he earned it. Ramy didn't come as good condition he was. I think Ramy took fifth at the show this year. And I think Ramy said he's retiring. So since he's retiring, they just gotta push. They just because it's not about it's just how it is. You can't Heidi came in better condition, and they could have got with Brandon Curry. Brandon Curry, not Brandon Wade. Brandon Curry. That's the wrong one I'm thinking about. Brandon Curry. I think he took second at the show. If Brandon Curry had won, it would have been great seeing Brandon Curry and Andrew Shaw. You also got to throw in Brandon Curry, Andrew Shaw, Chris Bumstead, or hey, you swap it out. Instead of Heidi, get the Mr. Olympic Classic champion Chris Bumstead and Andrew Shaw instead of Heidi. Because Chris Bumstead's from Canada. He speaks English. And in the division of men's classic, it's like a throwback to men's bodybuilding from back of the good part of the 60s and 70s or the 80s, where the guys didn't have as much muscle. So yeah, I think maybe Andrew Shaw, you got Natalia, you get Chris Bumstead, and one of the wheelchair guys. Because you know that wheelchair Olympia, get those four, and they could do like some of the like news rounds. So, like that's one thing. Jake Steve, whoever's running their media, especially over at the Olympia, IFBB, NPC, they need to put those people out in front. You know what I'm saying? This Olympia, I discovered wellness. Some very strong women in the category. I know a woman who do a full stack on standing calf raises, lunges with 90 pounds. I did a short video shoot with a wellness athlete. Well, you know what, Laura, if you have, I don't know, Laura, what's your Facebook page? I mean your YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel, Laura, posted that video because you're on YouTube. Post that video, and I'll post it. And let me see, because I know. Let me see. I follow Laura. Let me check real quick. I follow Laura. I think if he has, let me go here, because I know Laura. He has a YouTube channel. Let's see, and let's let's see. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna go do. He should have the video. Let me check. If he has the video, I'll post it. Go to the channel. Here's a video of Laura. I post it. No, he doesn't have it. Laura, you need to post that video on your YouTube channel, because you post it, I will post it on here. So next time let me know next time, Laura, we have that video. I will post that video. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me see. Give me a moment. I have to make a connection for this. Wait a second. Give me a second. I have to close out the other thing and get a invite. Thank you, Laura. My man Raheem, why not Andrea not making it on the media tours? If she has an agent, would make sure she's on GMA Today show and so on. YouTube and IG is not going to make it her big. Yeah, that's true. She needs to get on The View. The View, just rest in peace, the late Barbara Walters passed away. The View did a good show to jump on. Also, like I said, the Stadium Network, which is a free TV network. Also, ESPN. You still buy me back to the day. Have a debate with why bodybuilders not on television. Really, that's what they need to do. Her big outside of body. Yeah, she's big outside of body. Yeah, she's But bodybuilders not as popular as in the mainstream. But they should do that. I mean, Wings of Strength. She's a Wings of Strength ambassador. I know most definitely Jake has media people. They have agents and stuff like that. They should get these ladies get together. I know a while back, Jay Cargill, she was on an episode of Sherry Shepherd's show. You have Nick Cannon got a show. You got Candy, you got Kelly Clarkson. You had Ellen, but she's off television. Steve had a dear friend, lady I did interview. I call a dear friend of mine, Miss Lindsay Molizani. She had her on there. She had it twice because she was looking for dates. And here is the little video of is it Toy? I don't know how to say her name, but I saw the video. I'm gonna post it in a minute, Laura. I just gotta deconnect from my sharing and go over to your video. I'm going to. I just saw it, and I'm just gonna replay it. And let's see. And man, Raheem is also saying bodybuilding is like wrestling, now selling to fans and not to the new people. You need to draw in new fans. This is why there's no money. Yeah, it's true. That's why in divisions like wellness and bikini, those divisions try to bring fans in. But still, it's a shoot or miss. You know, it'd be better that Andrea have her own agent to book her. You can't always lean on Wings of Strength. Well, they're supposed to because she's an ambassador. I know you can't always lean on Wings of Strength, but they're ambassadors. But as well as I do, most of these agents, they're gonna want somebody who's really well known. Even the MMA fighters, I reach out to MMA fighters have agents. But if she can find somebody who wants to manage her, that'd be great. If I knew how to manage the people, I would love to do that. I will go around to ABC, CBS, BT, you know, you know, uh, any big major network, news network, or established or sports news network. You know, I'm not going to Fox. Forget Fox. Well, Fox Sports. I wouldn't say the same as Fox News, but Fox Sports. No Fox News, but Fox Sports. I was Fox Sports. But I'm going to show the video that Laura sent me. Shout out to Laura. This dude, he supports my channel. He's one of my wrenches. Much appreciate to him. And it's a video he showed of a competitor that I think she says she's wellness, and she has some strong legs. So we're gonna show it right here. I can't say her name, and that's her, Laura. I mean, wow, she looks cute. If she says she's wellness, she got quads like she should be open bodybuilder. I've seen some of these wellness girls are, they look, some of them were bodybuilders or figure or physique at one time. And her legs and quads, it screamed to me bodybuilder. Look, she got calves. That's more calves than some women in bodybuilding and physique even. Ooh. She did a little shake. So, Laura, you at Olympia. How you doing? I heard people got sick at Olympia. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. And, edited by Julia. I can't say her name right. Julianne. More to come. Oh, that's you, Laura? Mm-hmm. I like to come to theaters near you. Yeah. I mean, I think she looks impressive. I hope, she, Laura, if she's an amateur or a pro, say, yeah, she's amateur or pro, Laura? Yeah. It says, yeah. Wait a minute. Here also we have here it says Wing Strength doesn't know one in CNA casting agents that in a huge casting agency company. Well, I think they need to reach out to somebody like, let's see. I think she reach out to like Corey Evers. Corey used to act. I think that's the first person to reach out to. Richard McLeish, I heard Richard McLeish doesn't want nothing to do with bodybuilding anymore, even though that's what got her success. But Corey Evers is probably the best person to reach out to. I know Linda does some commercials and stuff before. If they're gonna find somebody, they can find somebody. It's gonna take some time. Yeah, it says. Yes, true. Okay. She won pro card, I think. I think she okay. Well, I'll do a search on her and I'll check her out. I might even ask her for the interview. She's amazing. In 1 year, she got way bigger. She got way bigger, strong, or way bigger, stronger. I didn't get sick. Yeah. And yes, that is okay. Man, okay. Dwayne Johnson hooked Becky Lynch to CNA, and she looking to do movies soon. Her agent was the main reason her WWE contract went up. This is how business is done. Yeah, Becky Lynch, or she calls herself the man. I don't, chicks don't call yourself the man. You're not the man. You're a female. So call yourself the female or the woman. I can say that. But yeah, Becky Lynch, I think she's probably getting more work. She herself, Rollins, she had a kid a while back, and that's why she was out for a good while because she had a kid. But remember the Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. He wanted to promote bodybuilding more. I don't know what happened. I know my dear friend Mr. Big Keith. Shout out to him. I'll call in, see how he's doing. He was telling me how they wanted to promote more bodybuilding. And but I don't know what happened with that. I think he wanted to do a show that's going to probably rival the Olympia. They felt like it, but you know what? They could have guy like Rock. Rock, he does a lot. He works out very hard. He's very into bodybuilding. It's just is just, it's just crazy. And all right, but the thing is that if some of these competitors, like I would say, Andrea, um, most definitely Chelsea, um, Angela, and I would say maybe Brooke Walker. If they can get somebody to back them up, they'll do pretty good. I think they can do pretty good, you know. But it's about if they can find anybody who be interested into managing these ladies, you know. But thing is that bodybuilding is not considered, in bodybuilding is considered not as popular and as a sport. It's a mainstream sport, but people need to realize that it's still these athletes are the athletes, and I think that they need to know that this is a sport that need recognition, they need opportunities, and if they can get onto mainstream like back in the day, like you know things like American Gladiators. Um, there was there were a lot of those people were a lot of those men and women were at one point um, bodybuilders, like people like Zap, Ray Holett, the late Shelly Beatty, Ice, a couple others. Yeah, but I understand that sometimes it's just about what's considered more um, conducive or what can make money. You know, but still, you know, but like I said, she got to make it popular. That's the thing is, you got to make it popular. You know, and he says like this: well, Chelsea is not a winner of the Olympia. You need to push Andrea out there. She is the three-time champ. Yes, but here's the thing about Chelsea. Chelsea is somebody that they can put in front of. As you know, Chelsea somebody can put in front. It's not about, like I said, you want somebody, said again, charisma. She may not have won the Olympia, but if you follow Chelsea on social media, she's on, she has YouTube. She does a lot of stuff out there. There, people will probably follow her. She fits that mentality. She's attractive, not as pretty as Andrea, but she has a charisma about her, and it needs to have hype build up to it. Yeah, maybe kind of like, you remember a while back, Vince McMahon tried to do his own version of a bodybuilding organization, the WBF, but the problem was that those guys were too much on warriors and everything was messing up. Hulk Hogan was WWF champion at the time. They pushed him out to media. Yeah, the Hulkster. Yeah, I grew up watching the Hulkster. You know, you know, it makes no sense to have Chelsea out there and not Andrea because she's the winner. Well, like I said, I'm saying both of them, not just saying one. You gotta. Sometimes his thing is, I'm gonna tell you this, Raheem. You gotta you can't always put all your eggs in one basket. You gotta put the people who can. If you put somebody like Andrea out there and someone like Chelsea, Chelsea can do one thing because like his thing is Chelsea is white. White people will follow somebody that's white. Black people follow people that's black. That's how you can shop Chelsea around to certain other like platforms and also shop around Andrea and Angela. You got to put as many as you can. Sometimes it's just about just it's like throwing a rock out there and see what you can hit. And if somebody like Andrea, if they can push Andrea, that's good. But also can push someone like Chelsea, that's also good. She may not have won the Olympia, but she has that personality about her, and so does Andrea. Sometimes you got to really flood the try to get somebody out there. if one works more than the other, that's how it does. That's how it is sometimes. I know what you're talking about, Raheem, but also understand that um, you have to do what you can do. If you can find some, if that one person can't sell nothing, can't sell a product, you have somebody else to sell it. If like Andrea can go on and do shows and talk about bodybuilding, being that she's 3-time Miss Olympia champion, okay, Chelsea can tell her story too. You know, they're both Wing Strength ambassadors. That's what Wing Strength need to do. They need to promote. They take the best. They can, like I say, they can take Andrea, put it out there because she's the champ. They can take somebody Chelsea, put it out there because she has that look that is more. She was on an episode of that guy Kenny Ko's YouTube channel where he asked about who's natty, who's not. You know, then Chelsea, did. But still, I think she can push Andrea. You can push them both. I understand I understand what you're talking about. Most definitely, yeah, Andrea is a champion, and she should be pushed and promoted. But as we all know, especially social media and in TV, majority is white, and they would like to see a face that looks more like them. Now, not like I said, I'm not cutting down Andrea. I would love to see Andrea on TV. I would love to see Andrea on The View, Kelly Clarkson, Sherry Shepard, Nick Cannon's show. I love to see her on USA Today, anything like that. I love to see that. KO Tenny is YouTube, not NBC, not ABC. But like I said, here the thing is, Raheem, no one's really watching network television that much anymore. Not ABC. They're still around, but more people are more on social media. And if you gotta start. That's where you start at. YouTube, IG. A lot of people they get viral on YouTube, on IG. That's when they get attention on the bigger on the networks. White people were big up Andrea. Hell, white people love Michael Jordan back in the 90s. You gotta be about 80 years old, Raheem. Yes, that's back in the 90s. And but the thing is, still, people they don't big up LeBron that much anymore, and they'll big up too many other people. They'll find somebody that they feel like it's more friendly for them, and that's why they pick like the more friendly somebody, the more friendly black person. They'll push them more and more, but they still, particularly, they'll still side with somebody that looks like them. Now, that's the debate. People still watching network television, but more people watching streaming and online. Yes, that's the people who can't afford, who don't have cable, or people who just like to watch. But most times they do streaming. More people stream than watch regular network television. George, you already on social media? Yeah, I am. He says, George, I'm 42, not 80. Well, you're talking like a man who's 80. I'm 48. I'm older than you. I said, me too, 42. Yeah, y'all still young bucks. But the thing is, social media drives, people are tired of LeBron because he's all over the place. Yeah, but they got tired of Michael Jordan too when he was all over the place. Remember when he retired, because here, let's say about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's father was killed right where I live in Robeson County. He was killed no more than 4 or 5 miles from our county seat. That's Lumberton. I know that road was killed at because it used to be a motel down that road. Where his dad James got killed at. But it's about what's popular. And it's the viral that when we see something come on viral on social media, they put it on television. You're young too, George. And not too much young. I mean, it won't be long before I turn 49. We'll be turning 50. I'm young, and my number is low, but still, I've been working since I can remember. But social media, that's the ground move. That's how a lot of people get attention. Like, remember that girl? She was on Dr. Phil, but then she got a lot of attention when she got on social media. The Catch You Outside girl. And he played it. How am I talking like a man who's 80? What am I saying that about you already social media now, or take it to network, or take it to network television? Well, like I said, a lot of people are still stuck, on, like I said again, with social media. It is the thing that's fueling network television. Network television is it's when television switched from radio to digital, it changed a lot of things. Like you used to catch, you used to have, you can watch like movies and TVs. You still watch movie TV, but like things like certain, like used to be you can watch TV shows that were independent. They weren't like part of network TV shows, but more people watch cable or streaming. You know, people don't watch TV, the networks as much. They still survive because the fact is that's what fuels, your other, like other platforms, like especially social media. But the fact is, that's people, especially young people. If you want to get with young people, they're the ones who watch more on social media than do on network. But like I said, networks, yeah, is a good place to start. If you can, if like one thing is, instead again, like you said earlier, if most definitely, if you get Andrea and some of the others on on like shows like The View, Today's Show, or CBS This Morning, that could help. But also, if you know that if you get them on, most of them are going to be start out on like a lot of the YouTube and also IG. Let me say that here. TV is not dead. Radio is not dead. Ads still put money on television, and radio. So what are you talking about? I'm not saying it's not dead, Raheem. It's not dead, but the fact is, more people like you got to think about it. You can cut out commercials from you go on live stream or you're streaming. They still stream commercials now and then, but you can cut them out. Remember when they had the TiVo? You can cut out commercials. They and yes, radio. I know no radio's not dead, but more people listen to XM radio where they don't have commercials. They'll put money behind stuff like that, but still, it's just young people still watch TV. They do not spend that much time on YouTube and Instagram like what you think when it comes to watching movies. But they do more time on streaming, and you don't have to watch television to watch TV. You can watch on your computer. You forget that part. They do have TVs, but some will watch on their phones, and some will watch on their computers and laptops, and also their tablets. Not like TV that we know. Most of these young people spend more time on their phones than they do on TV. They might watch every now and then, or but streaming, that's the one thing. Streaming is not making a profit. HBO Max is dead in the water. Netflix is in the red. That's well, but they're still going. And like I said, as long as they're active, as long as somebody's still watching it, it may be in the red, it might be dead in the water, but as long as still people watching it, unless HBO Max and unless Netflix shut down, they're still putting content out there. That's what it is. It's about still putting content. We can debate this all day, Raheem, but I don't have all day. I have a life. And it's about time for my supper time. But to talk about the fact is, what needs to be done is that, yes, Andrew might need to get herself a manager, maybe try to get on some, maybe like back in the day, how some of the ladies would do on talk shows. But it's, we don't have guys like, Maury anymore. We don't have, we still have Maury, but Maury's more about doing Baby Mama. And, wait a minute, we said Netflix is starting to stop passcode sharing, which is young people likes because they don't have to pay for it. Yeah, they decide to stop it, but the thing is, young people always find a way to get around something. They're always trying to find a way to get around something. They can try to stop it. It's like anytime you try to build it, it's always trying to build the better mousetrap, but it's always a way to get around it. So, that's nothing you can really do. They can get around it. Young people is always bringing, that's why they try to keep up. That's why a lot of these companies try to keep up with the youth. The older people don't pay attention to stuff like that, but they try to keep up with them. But like I say, if you see how Maury don't do much like he used to. Like he had, I remember he had uh Nancy Lewis on the episode of Maury. He had bodybuilders before. Phil Donahue, Sadie Jesse Raff. No, not Sadie Jesse. Jenny Jones had fear bodybuilders. Martell Will was the biggest fear bodybuilding fan. He always had fear bodybuilders come on his show. A lot of these talk shows now they're not interested. But if Andrea can get management, or they can do some of these local like I know Teresa Invasic did a local TV show. I saw Santina Francisco. She did a local she was in Atlanta. She did a local TV show. Sometimes it's the grassroots. If you can do the local stuff and also keep on your social media, it probably it's still a thing. Andrea needs a manager to book her on guest roles of TV shows, movies, and broadcast shows. Logan Paul or Joe? Hell no. No Joe Rogan. No, not Joe Rogan. Fuck Joe Rogan. No, I'm not a fan of Joe Rogan. Don't mention him around here, Raheem, because it was, he not a fan of that man. Not a fan of him. Logan Paul, I don't care much for Paul brothers. Maybe someone like I said, Kelly Clarkson, maybe Nick Cannon or Sherry Shepard. I would take some of those, or even you still have The View. You still have CBS this morning, NBC this morning, ABC. You still have those. Good Morning America. You still have the Good Morning America be good, but no whole Rogan. I'm not a fan of whole Rogan. If you want to go on there, it's fine, but I'm not a fan of his. I don't support him or his channel or anything he does, any of his content. No, I don't. Not a blatant racist. That's what he is. If you defend Raheem, I will strip you of your wrench next time you defend him. So if you want to stay a wrench, do not mention Joe Ho Rogan. All right, I'm serious. Yeah. Have her on Wilding Out. Oh yeah, I think she have her on Wilding Out. That'd be great. I mean, they should talk to her. I think Nick probably be into it. You never know. You got to ask him. But like I said, folks, I'm not gonna be on here. I'm about to go off. It's about time for my supper time. I'm gonna have some nice little supper. I got plans tomorrow. Well, I'm not saying defending him, but I don't want him to mention I don't mention Joe Rogan on my channel. I don't have no respect for the man. I'm not saying just I don't want him to mention him. I don't care about his podcast show. Most definitely, I don't care about his podcast show. I don't care about it. So don't just say I'm not saying you defend. I just don't mention him. I know he's a popular podcast show, but the shit he did, and he did it, and people defended him. They went after hard with Kanye West and and Kyrie Irving, but they don't go after hard after Joe Rogan. So no, so don't mention him again. So stop it. If I don't want him to I don't want to mention him. I have no love for whole Rogan. But anyway, this was a good show. Sorry that my partner popped out. Something must have happened. Yes, what needs to be done is that people like Andrea Shaw, Angela Yao, some of the ladies who are the top most popular women in the sport, they should maybe get management. Try to get on these some real good podcasts. Try to get on them on with these major news networks. And also, like I said, social media is still a thing. Some people may not like it, but social media, a lot of young people follow it. If you can get young people on board, then it won't be how long before you get the older people on board. Whatever trends, all of the time when a trend gets popular by the young people, older people follow it. That's how it is. But once again, I do appreciate coming through, my man Raheem. I respect you, brother, but like I said again, do not mention that man's name on my channel. He has no place on here. I'm just serious. KAL for coming through. My girl Tisha, Lar, my man, the hand of the Emperor Jin. I hope everything's all right, brother. I don't know what happened. You can if you hear this, if you're hearing me, you can send me an email later, see what's went down. Support bodybuilding. support these up and coming pros we're having for the next new year. And I really like to thank y'all. Um, Tisha, you're gonna have to create a list of people that we do not mention on your show. Well, I'll put it. You know what? I'll put it in my community section. And one person we not mention her name. Her name is there, not mentioned on my channel. We know who she is. Joe Rogan, or I call him Ho Rogan. Do not mention him on my channel. Anybody who does racist stuff, any racists, ignorant people, and just pure out criminals who do stuff like it's like this one person we named would not speak what she did, and she didn't get in front of it. Don't mention her. Be particular. I can't. You can shoot it to me. I'll tell you where if you post it, you post your name in there. I see it. I will tell you. I won't mention them. But I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you, Tisha. And I respect you as and man Mars says hello, Tigress. He's a big fan of yours. And also he says and Laurie says hello back to you. But I do appreciate y'all folks for coming through, supporting my channel, my content. Like I said, this is a new year. I got some changes coming this way. I'm hoping some opportunities come up for me too. I got some interviews coming up. And like I said, I really want to appreciate y'all for coming through, liking, commenting. This in my channel. Like I said, also be out there, be careful. A while back, one lady sent me a thing where she's being harassed by a guy. So I know, Tisha, you are, you're competitive bodybuilding. You be careful those guys out there. Those guys like to send some crazy. There's some guys out there sending some crazy stuff. But like I said, be aware of surround. I was talking to one lady that said she's not focused on it, but always be. This thing is not saying to take away from what you're doing, but be aware of these people out there. There's some straight. I know you focus on your bodybuilding career, but at the same time, be aware of what's out there. Be aware, especially on social media. You just sometimes you can focus on yourself, but also be aware of surroundings at all time. Yeah. And that's what my master Raza Ghul taught me. Never give sure footing for a killing blow. Yeah. We love you, George. I love you too. Mwah. And thank you. And also, Happy New Year to everyone again. Happy New Year to you. I think you already was New Year by the time we had our New Year. I think because you're like, was it 6 hours ahead of us? So by the time it hit, by the time it hit midnight over here, you already had a New Year. So you had at least 5-6 hours ahead of us. So I know you're celebrating getting wild out. You and Ed. So I hope Ed's doing all right. Tell Ed Happy New Year to me too, and your babies and everybody else. But I'd like to thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate your support. Let's, like I said, if we can, and we know if we can, like one thing is also, if you're somebody out there who has the means, the way to try to promote the sport, if you can reach out to the right people, if you can get somebody like Andrew Shaw on Good Morning America, on on anything, and if you can support these upcoming amateurs, I know, like I said, money is tight, but if you get enough people together and put up like remember in the movie Soul Food, when it's like a hand's like a fist, and a fist can make a mighty blow with all the fingers together. So we have to come together and make a mighty blow. We had to stick up and fight for the sport of bodybuilding, not just the women, but all the men too. Everybody, all the competitors, because they are athletes. They go through a lot. They go through a lot to do what they got to do, and they deserve the opportunity to be representatives just as much as any athlete. So anyway, folks, I thank you. This is another great Muscle Talk Monday. This is 117. Won't be long. Maybe I'll be in 200. That takes a few. Wow. But I do appreciate y'all coming through. I do appreciate y'all supporting my channel, commenting, subscribing to me. I'm over 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate those true people who subscribe to my channel because YouTube gives you a few fan subscribers to make you grow in your algorithms. But you people like you, Tisha, Lar, Raheem, Kayla A, who really subscribe to my channel, I do this for you because I know you're fans. I know you support these ladies. I know you wish they get more opportunities they truly deserve. Especially you, Tisha. You've been in the game. You should get a lot more out of it than you deserve. So anyway, folks, I'm gonna head on out. Tell you, Mondays is already flown by. And this it won't be long for this week is over. But like I said, I'm gonna have some changes coming up. I'll let y'all know. And I do appreciate y'all supporting me and my content. I appreciate my brother, the hand of the emperor. Maybe whatever happens, we're getting back on and we'll talk. So anyway, this is your man all the way to page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, aka the Perfect Sage, aka the Joker, aka the Commander of the Wall. Wishing y'all a happy new year. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'm out.